All right, this is the category analysis project with Tejas Murthy, Evan Stout, Dylan Whitney, and Harrison Gold. We believe that there are opportunities for improvement around the cost of the university's personal transportation and the subsequent costs associated with it. The university spends $3,484,367.87 annually on personal transportation through multiple different channels, including air travel, ground transportation, and motor fuel. We set out to analyze the data and see if there's anything we could do to lower costs.
As you can see for our first graph that we made, spending for personal travel of total transportation expenses, and that 22% is making up personal travel of the total transportation. And how we approached getting these numbers was first we had to cleanse our data in the Excel spreadsheet. So how we went about getting that $3,484,367.87 that Harry just mentioned was we went and specifically went to two columns in the Excel spreadsheet. The first one was sourcing group level 4, and we picked out 3 titles, and these titles were leases, miscellaneous air transportation, motor fuel, and then we got even more specific, and we went to UNSPSC level 2, and out of those 6 titles that fall under that category, we selected fuels and passenger transport. And now I'm going to give it to Tejas to explain some of the characteristics that make up that personal travel.
Yeah, so of that 3.48 million number, we can see the split here between air and ground travel, and exactly that air travel makes up more than double the spend that ground travel does, as Harry will get into a little bit further down. But what I'm going to touch on is the 31%, which is roughly $1.08 million that is ground travel. And my next slide talks about one of the sections that makes up that 31%. So fuel makes up 39% of that $1.08 million spent on ground transportation. First off, you can see that Brewston Petroleum is a very large slice of this. Indeed, it is a wholesale supplier of fuel, which explains such large volume of spend on that one company. But looking at the rest of the graph, you can see 3 or 4 larger slices: Sheetz, ExxonMobil, Wexbank, and then the other slice, which makes up fuel stations that were visited less than 6 times. But other than that, you can see various smaller slices, which although they are thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars even, it just shows that perhaps there is a chance to consolidate and perhaps use fewer companies and maybe strike deals with some of the more used companies for some deals in the future. Now Dylan's going to talk about another slice of personal transportation, which is the rental car.
Okay, so looking at the graph, you can clearly see that the university spends approximately $623,824.49 on rental cars, with 96% coming from the Enterprise Rent-A-Car. The other 4% coming from Hertz Corporation. Through this, you can see how much we use Enterprise Rent-A-Car and how little we use Hertz Corporation. Next, Harry will talk about the spending by airline.
Yeah, so the total airline spending comes in at $2,396,746.13. The highest being LJ Aviation, which comes in at $664,037.55, and 28% of the total spending, while American Airlines comes in at 22%, or $511,914.35. And then you have Delta Airlines coming in third with 20%. LJ Aviation is a chartering private airline, while American and Delta are commercial airlines. So we talked a little bit in our conclusion about how to maybe move those commercial airlines for cheaper rather than chartering planes.
Okay, so for the airlines, we could try to focus more on getting onto commercial flights such as Delta or Southwest when able. We understand chartering planes could be necessary, but if we cut down on that and switch to commercial, we could save a lot of money. For gas, we could try to cut down on the number of suppliers that we use and maybe enter into a contract with a supplier at a set price per gallon. This way, we could pay a set price that would hopefully be cheaper than the standard rate. For rental cars, we could completely cut out Hertz Corporation since we use them so little and try to strike a deal with Enterprise where the university solely uses them. These are just a few of the ways we found after cleaning the data and how the university can save money.